Hello, everybody. This is Samson coming to you from Los Angeles, California. Great to see everybody here from around the world. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Now, today I'm in my car. One thing about this business is, yeah, it's a business that you can work from home, but also it's a business you can work from anywhere. But most important is that, when we have that flexibility, we can have that lifestyle. So that's the amazing thing about the business. So welcome everybody. So today we're going to talk about the magic of building events, the art of it, how to promote it, why go to events, why join it, and as a matter of fact, what's very exciting is next week is our launch event in Salt Lake City. So that's coming up. So today we're going to do a number of things. For the first 2 minutes, I want to share with you the importance of events. And then we're going to have a number of special guests on who's going to share their experience and knowledge and the reasons why, also on a more practical level, why participate in events. So great to see everybody here. Now, first of all, many years ago for me, when I first started in the industry in 2006, right after I joined shortly, there's a call. Hey, there's this convention all the way in Florida. Now, at that time, I was in California. I was just starting in my career, and I really wasn't sure, if I should go or not because it costs a lot of money. As a matter of fact, at that time, I was just a auctioneer. I just got out of my furniture business, lost a lot of money, and I didn't have that extra money to go around. So I'd say, oh man, how can I go? At that time, many of you know Kim Hui. Kim was bringing 20 people from Los Angeles all the way to Florida for this convention. So they came back very excited, and everybody's really on fire. And I just thought to myself, what am I missing? What's so important about the event? Well, one thing with events, just like a Zoom like this, or like a home meeting, or maybe an opportunity meeting, a bigger one that maybe your team organized, or maybe something huge like a convention that's about to happen next week. Each event is very important because at those events, well, the thing is that many things are going to be said, many things are going to be heard, and it's just a whole immersive um, thing that you can get into. It's like a fish in a fish tank, right? A fish survives, gets a lot of energy by living in water rather than out. So that's kind of how it is. And that's why it's important. The events are a lifeline, but it's also the easiest way to grow your business. Now, coming from a background where, in my when I first got into the industry, my first business, I just did everything by myself. I wasn't getting anywhere. I can sell some products, sign up a partner, and they buy product. But that's it. It never really grew. I couldn't figure out why. Well, the reason because I was not using the events. So at the events, like I will encourage all of you continue to plug in all the Zooms. Monday, the opportunity call. Tuesday, empowerment. Wednesday, about product and science. The wellness Wednesday. Those are already like a flow. It's a system that you can easily plug into that is free to all of you and led by leaders who have years in the business and obviously a lot of experience and not a lot knowledge and dropping nuggets all the time. So by plugging into the events, you learn over and over and over again. Now, some people say, hey, I've been on that Zoom or Monday call, every week, but what do I still need to get on it? Well, the point of the call is, of course, to invite guests on it. Okay, it's not to only participate, but invite guests on it. So every event is an opportunity to make more money. So I always say, you know what? You should get on with or without a guest, but the whole point is get a guest on it. How many how many can you put on the call? One, two, three, or five, and then follow up after the call, for example. So that's a way to leverage the tools. And with events, it's where you can learn. People say, I've been on the call for so long, do I still need to get on it? And I don't have any guests. I say, you know what? You should get on it. And you know why? Because many years ago, I figured out that if there's just one thing that somebody says on any one of those events that can change my whole business, I would get on it. I would get on it. Now, my background in real estate, I've been in the retail furniture business. I used to have 3 stores and an auctioneer. And, I noticed, you know what? It's our business is different than traditional business where once you get to the system, it's the same thing every day. But here, the more you learn, the more you can earn. If it's just that one thing that you learn to use to overcome objections, if it's that one thing that you learn to change the way you do things, it's totally worth the time. I mean, that's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So events are very important. And so as a matter of fact, next week, like I mentioned, is very important event. The launch, I hope to see every single one of you out there. If you're not there promoting already, you got to come, with a lot of people, if not 1 or 2 or 3 of the whole team, as many as possible, because like I said before, it's like a fish tank. It's an immersive experience to experience what 3 is about. And one thing about this business, look, what are the 3 pillars? Is people, purpose, platform. And there at the event, at the launch, you're going to see the people. So today I want to bring in a few special guests that's going to help me share some about events and also about next week, why they're going. So, today, I would like everybody that, all our special guests to turn on the camera as I announce and say hello to them. So, and so we can be all on at the same time. How's that? So first, I'd like to invite Corbin Rosh. Hello, Corbin. Come on up. How are you doing, Corbin? Great to see you.
Hey, Samson, it's so great to see you.
Hey, great to see your handsome self.
Thank you.
And thanks for taking the time to come on.
Oh man, I'm excited to. I'm so excited to promote something that really changed my whole perspective of the industry and changed my business years ago. So yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, the next person, the next couple I'd like to invite is Lance and Tracey Smith. Hello, Lance and Tracey. Come on up.
Hey, Samson, how you doing? Hey, Corbin, great to be on here with you guys. We're really excited about next week and looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Now, between the 3 of them, there's probably like 100 years of experience right here. Okay, industry experience. Okay. Now, next, I'd like to invite all the way from Greater China, I think Hong Kong right now, Mr. Heping Xu. Hello, Mr. Xu. Come on up. You can open your camera if you're there, if you can hear me. Okay, and also, I'd like to invite all the way, also in Hong Kong, Mr. Harris Tang. You guys can open up your camera and say hello.
Hello, Samson. Hello, Corbin. Hello, Tracey.
Okay, I think
you.
yeah,
I'm here. Hello. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, well, welcome to the call. Like I said today, it's a little talk on promoting events, and also it's a rally call about getting excited about what's going to happen next week. So maybe we can start with our North American leaders, Corbin, my buddy. So look, in this business, we all know it's about event, and that's the easiest way to do the business, right? Promote the events, get the people there, right? And then let the event do the work for you. So maybe you can share a nugget about, what have you observed over your career in this industry, and how do you use event? And then maybe you can talk about something about Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks again for having me, and thanks for being such a leader that you are. You're on every call, you're on every Zoom, you're doing everything. And, servant leadership is so important in what we do. And trusting the leadership is also so important in what we do. And, the only way we all have success is if everyone that's getting in and getting started has success. It's that duplication. And one of the things that I had the biggest trouble with years ago was going to the events. I thought, I don't need to go to the events. I'm already excited. Why would I need to spend the money, $1,000 to fly here, hotel rooms? And why would I expect people on my team that aren't even making money yet to have to fly around the country to go to an event? And what I learned over time is I was handicapping my business and my friend's business by not promoting the events like oxygen. You have to have them. It's what gives your business life. And I'll never forget the moment our business changed forever. I was setting an event next to a couple that has been having amazing success in the industry. And he was giggling the whole time. One of the big pins was up there talking, and I finally looked over at him and I said, what is so funny? I don't get it. You keep giggling. And he says, all I do is promote from event to event. Every meeting I do, every Zoom I do, well, back then there wasn't Zooms, but every three-way call, every home meeting, every chance I get, I promote these events. And probably over 50% of the people in this room right now are on my team. And my job just got so much easier, because all these people now are going to go out and share the vision and share the mission and share everything that I had to do by myself before. And guess what happened, Samson? Over the next 6 months till the next event, he rank advanced 2 ranks. Holly and I were just kind of still at the same rank. And I decided at that point, I was going to go not only recruit to my business and maintain in my business, but I was going to put my business on hyperdrive, and I was going to work tirelessly to get every single person that truly had a vision for their families at this next event. And we did that. And our business, I am not kidding, we went from pretenders to contenders. We went from just playing to being in the game. We went from making good money to amazing money, because the duplication then started in my team. And what started happening now is it wasn't just me promoting events, it was hundreds of people promoting events, but that took time to get there. So that's why, guys, it's so important to get everyone there. Do not listen to excuses on why people can't go. Everyone needs to be at an event, because it empowers them to believe more in themselves, believe more in their upline, believe more in the leadership, and then believe, and most importantly, in the company. That's where you get the belief that you can take it to the masses. So that's my story, Samson, on why I'm so, I mean, we call all our top leaders. We've been doing it today. How many people you got going? How many people you got going? Hey, can you get 2 more? Can you challenge your team to get 2 more? Because it's not, oh my gosh, I got 300 people or 400 people at the event. It's, oh my gosh, what's going to happen after this event now? That's the magic.
Oh man, that's right on point. You know, Corbin, look, your years of expertise, that's why you have such a big business over the years, and that's why where you and Holly are where you are today. You know, like what you share, it reminds me, man, if we do everything wrong and just to promote the event, we're halfway there. That's good stuff. Thank you. Well, what about Lance and Tracey? Lance and Tracey, look, Lance and Tracey, you know, they've been in the industry for years, also for decades. I'm not going to say how many decades, but I know you guys also used to even run your own events with thousands of people. So share with us, you know, on top of what Corbin has said, why are events so important?
Well, look, everybody. You know, you all made a decision, you know, to join in the pre-launch of 3, and that was a logical decision, right? And so, I mean, you knew probably the person who invited you to join, and so you had faith in them, and you got your products, and now you're seeing results, so you have faith in those products. But it's still logical, you know, until you go to an event. Then it goes to your heart, becomes emotional. You know, we go through A to Z, and really, you know, you'll know so much about how to build your business, what to promote, you know, you'll connect with the people. And that's the A to Z part that you only can get when you come to convention. And, you know, I would love to give you an excuse on not why you shouldn't come, you know, or accept your excuses, you know, oh, it's so far away. Oh, it costs so much money. Oh, I have children. We all have that, you know, and I'll have to tell you, when I first got involved, my first seminar, I sat in this seat and I was in awe, like, these are incredible people, like, wow, you know, your mentors and the stage. And I remember Lance elbowing me and he said, I can't wait to do that. And I'm like, no way, I never want to be on stage, right? But it went to my heart. And I thought, you know, I would look at the couples and think, I want a relationship like that. You know, and everything, it just went into me that I wanted to be part of that. And I'll tell you, I will never take your excuse. You know, Lance and we drove 12 hours each way every month for over a year, almost 2 years, to Salt Lake City, believe it or not, to be plugged into an event every single month. And what did that do? It grew us up. You know, we were kids back then, you know, when we joined, but we learned so much, we talked so much, we fought so much, but we learned how to get it together. And so if there's no secret in this business, it's relationships, and the relationships keep you in. And if you're not attending this, I strongly urge you, get on a train, get on a bus, get in your car, get on a plane, whatever it takes, get there.
Yeah, it's funny. I was listening to Corbin and your story, Samson. Mine's very similar. I got in the industry 21 years old. I'm broke, and I get sponsored by a guy into the industry, and he quits like a week after because he wasn't rich yet. And I knew there was an event coming up, and a guy calls me up. I don't even know. And he said, "Man, you need to come to this event." And I'm like, "No, I'm broke. I can't do it." And he's like, "No, you got to do it." And I don't recommend what he did, but I'm telling you what he said. I told him, I said, "They're going to repossess my truck." He says, "Well, you're in California. If you drive it up here to Salt Lake, they can't get it." And he took my excuse away. And I'm like, well, that's kind of true, you know, until I get back home. But I went to that event, and it absolutely changed my life, because what it did is it got me, you know, again, my sponsor quit. I couldn't see the people that were around me really hitting the income levels. But I got to the event, and my mind was just blown as far as who was there, what they were doing, that there was another pathway. You know, I was taught to go work for somebody for 45 years and, you know, and you take care of them, they take care of you, and you live happily ever after. And man, those days are gone. And I realized that. And when I went to this event, I realized there were other people that were choosing the path less traveled, and they had the lifestyle that I wanted. And so we realized at that point, we needed to go from event to event. And like Corbin said, you know, for us, we were young, we were broke. I mean, I was living at home when I got in the industry. I had no credibility. So the only credibility I had was the events. If they didn't see the leadership in me, because I didn't have the leadership, they couldn't see the reward in me because I didn't have the income yet. But if I could get into the event, they could get a peek of what that was like. And it was just a matter of time that we were, I mean, 6-7 years later, we were doing events with 8,000-10,000 people. And it was just amazing to be able to go to those events, see the people excited, and witness what is done when this is done right. And I know this is, you know, for a lot of you, I know this is a tough time, but it's been 3 years. We've been locked up. We've gone through a lot of horrible, I mean, it's been tough the last 3 years. I'm a people person. And so I am excited. I can't tell you how excited I am to get around people and hug on them again, and stay up late at the hotels and go to lunch with people and shake hands and hug everybody, because that really is what it's about. And I will tell you, as you come to this event, when you have an idea of going from event to event, when you create that culture, you don't have to go home and rebuild all these things. You will get 100, 200, 300 people at these events and have them promote the next event. Man, I'm telling you, that kind of a culture right there, that is really how you build the foundation, and then you stabilize your business. And until you have that, you know, you're going to do all the heavy lifting yourself. And like Corbin said, you know, I'm for me personally, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but if I get people around the smart people, and I get them around the people who are successful, I get them around, you know, the leaders in this industry and the leaders in this company, I know I'm going to get the results I want. And so we can't wait to see everybody there next week, and then also in Hong Kong. So thank you, Samson, for having us on.
Wow, you know, good points. You know, events is what builds our business. Thank you so much. So next, we want to go all the way to Asia in Greater China. Please welcome Mr. Xu, Heping Xu, to the call. He lives in Los Angeles, but right now he's over there building the business. So I'm sure, are you coming back for the Salt Lake City event?
Hi, Samson. Yeah. Actually, yesterday, I just arrived in Hong Kong. But in last month, I traveled in China for 30 days to promote the China market for 3 International. And I traveled to Beijing, Beijing, Shanghai, Canton, Shenzhen, and Chengdu. During my trip, I find more and more Chinese people, they're looking for the anti-aging biotechnology for their health, and also looking for the business opportunities. Because now the world economy is very slow, even the serious inflation. So people are looking for the opportunity to make more money. So I promote and share the information of the 3 International, including the products and the products testimonial. But to start the business and promote the market, I think the personal information and personal encouragement is not enough. And we have to attend more meeting and event to use the power of the event, because the event power is much, much more than our personal effort and a team effort. So tomorrow, I will fly back to Los Angeles. And then only 3 days later, my wife and I will go with my teams to Salt Lake City to attend the grand opening of North America market in Salt Lake City. So I'm so excited for this opportunity. And okay, but at this time, I encourage and invite more and more the people online to attend a meeting, even bring your team members to Salt Lake City for the event. So let's catch up this opportunity for a better life and better future. Okay. And at the end, I have to say something in the Chinese for our Chinese people online. Okay.
Yes.
大家好，我是和平。在中国30天的商务之旅，目的呢是推广我们这个 Three 国际公司在中国的市场。在我的中国之旅当中，我发现，在疫情后，越来越多的人们正在寻找健康的技术和方法，包括生物科技技术。越来越多的人们在寻创业商机，因为现在全球经济正在进入到一个严重萧条时期，所以我们 Three 公司正在这个时候应运而出脱颖而出，给大家带来健康和创业的机会。因此的话呢，大家非常期待，我也非常的期待。那明天呢，我要飞回到洛杉矶，和我的太太带着团队呢，参加盐湖城的北美市场的一个正式开业大会。因为推广这个生意我们要借助会议，因为我们个人的力量、团队的力量是有限的，而会议的力量，我们可以遇到许许多多的这些经销商领袖，他们带来自己的故事、自己的看到、自己的经验与方法，对推动我们的事业有非常非常大的帮助。所以借此机会，我也邀请线上的我们华人朋友们，我们带着自己的团队去盐湖城参加我们5月23号、24号的北美市场的开业大会。谢谢大家。
Thank you, Mr. Xu. You know what? Look, folks, this is an international business. Are you going to get used to it or what? Right?
Yeah.
But we used to say, in the industry, as the industry evolved over the years, that we speak English. Wow, this, you can go all over the world because English is known as the language of business. But now, within the last 10, 20 years, it's like, well, speak Chinese. Chinese also become a language of business also. So, thank you for sharing. I know you and your teams will be, taking buses to Salt Lake City all the way from Los Angeles. So welcome. Now, thank you. So next, and the last, we have Mr. Harris Tang all the way from Hong Kong. Now, me and Harris, we've been friends for years, and I've seen him build big organizations. So Harris, a lot of people don't know. You're still muted. A lot of people don't know, but shoot, I keep telling people there's some surprise guests, but we have Harris here already. So, but Harris will be coming all the way, from Hong Kong to Salt Lake City to experience the event, not only himself, but with his leaders. So welcome to the Zoom, Harris. Maybe you can share with everybody why you're coming all the way from Hong Kong.
Thank you, Samson. Thank you for the opportunity to share to all of you. Actually, I'm very exciting. I remember when I started to build business in this industry around 14 years ago. Kim teach me the first thing is 5M. Means more meetings means more money. That means Kim teach me to attend every event or activity by the team or by the company. At the beginning, I don't know the event, how the event to help me to build this business. But I listen to her, attend every event, every activity. Not only me, I invite my friends and bring my team to all the events. And from time to time, I find my team, the number of people is more and more. So, and also my business is getting bigger and bigger. And this time, very exciting because I never been to Salt Lake City. And this is the first event of pre-international. So I tell myself I must go there. And not only me now. So of course, not only me. There's a team leader from Hong Kong and Malaysia to fly over to Salt Lake City. We are very excited. And I hope I can see all of you in the event. Yeah.
Wow. So Harris, I'm very excited for you. And seeing you again, give you a big hug after all these years since the pandemic, and then all our other friends from Asia. So throughout Asia. So thank you for coming. It's very exciting. Time is a wasting. We're almost out of time here, but I want to say a couple of things. Like what Harris says is correct. All you have to do is remember the 5 M's. More meeting mean more money. So if you want to make more money, you got to attend more meeting, but especially with guests and then also your team. Look, Corbin, Lance, Tracey, Mr. Heping Xu, and Mr. Harris. They've been in the industry, and that's how they built their business over so many years. I think, for me, being in traditional business, look, if you want to gauge how your business is doing, well, how many people do you have at the meeting aside from yourself? I think that's a gauge right there. And I think versus traditional business, I know, look, if you're a newbie to the business, I would do whatever it takes to attend the Salt Lake City event. And the reason is, number one, it will only happen once in the lifetime of the company. Two, you'll be a part of the group of people who's going to shape the way the company does business, the culture of the business. And then, what you're going to get out of it, are you going to soak up wisdom from leaders who have years of experience, people who are, 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure earners in the industry that's really make a mark. But one thing about especially 3, our leadership, the leadership that Corbin had mentioned, Lance and Tracey, Mr. Xu, Harris, they're all part of the leadership. But more importantly is you get a good grasp of what this business is about through these people. Because, at the end of the day, yes, the product, you use it, it works, you see the result, the products talk. But to build the business, if we put the product aside, the products are great tools, but then it's the people that helps build the business, the knowledge, the wisdom, the experience. So this is something that money cannot buy. Look, we always have a saying when I first got into the industry is that you're not in the business until you've been to a convention. So folks, look, everybody's nodding their head because it's true. It's true. Once you've been there, you will know what really 3 is about. So maybe, I just, let me see, we have maybe just, 30 more seconds. Maybe we can start with Corbin. Corbin, maybe you can say one thing to motivate our friends to come.
More money. I think at the end of the day, people always ask, how do you retain people? How do you keep them in the business? My personal biggest retention mechanism is getting people to events. They just believe after the events. So that's the reason why I want everyone there. Guys, find ways. Find a way to get there. And I'll tell you what, if after the event you say it was not worth my money, go find Samson and he'll give you the money back.
I will have Corbin's wallet at the time. Don't worry. Just kidding. About Lance and Tracey, what's one nugget you can throw out there to motivate the people to come?
Yeah, I was just going to say this. This is where it really hit me. Is we'd actually make more money if you all stayed home and you just take the money you saved and bought collagen or bought our products. But we're not building for tomorrow's check. We're building down for future. We want to build leaders. We don't want to build. We're going to get customers. All that's going to come. This is where leaders are built. Is an event. And you just need to do what you got to do to get there.
Perfect. Oh, that's a smart one. That's very good. What about Mr. Xu? Mr. Xu, can you share one reason why people really need to come to Salt Lake City?
Okay, I think anything. If one people, that means myself or yourself look at it. Okay, just a piece of sky. But when you get the meeting, get the event, you will see. Many people look at that. Many people target that. Okay, that's a big, bright sky. That's the opportunity. That's
Wow, that's
I think.
beautiful. Good analogy. Good analogy. It's not a small piece of the sky. You see the whole sky and the beauty of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, Harris. You know, look, you're flying all the way from Hong Kong. Share with us what's your point? What's your golden nugget there?
Yes. Bring yourself and your people to the event. We can learn, grow, and inspire by the event, and the business also inspired by the event, and the money is coming.
That's right. That's right. So, folks, you know, look, in our business, if you want to grow your business, you got to join the event. And the bigger the event, the more impact it's going to be for you and your team. So, you know, if you're going to learn so much at the Salt Lake City event. The agenda's already planned. They're going to be amazing. The business brick by brick. It's going to be amazing. So, folks, and I would say, look, and if you can come away with knowing why you are doing what you're doing here. It matters everything what you say and what you think. You know, this is about you. Coming to the event is about you. So look, I look forward to seeing everybody there. And thank you, our amazing panel, you know, with Mr. Heping. Look, all of us gonna be there. We look forward to giving each and every one of you a hug. We're real people. We're not one of your hug. We're real people. We're not holograms. We just gonna learn and build this business together, and it's gonna. We'll see you there next week. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And we'll see you there next week. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you all.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.